The first thing to consider is, do you need a service level agreement? And one of the things that might happen, let's say, for example, in an IT outsourcing agreement, by way of example, is that often a company will have all the IT in-house and then decides that it wants to outsource that IT to a supplier. And that will be the subject of an IT outsourcing agreement. And often tagged onto that IT outsourcing agreement in one of the schedules will be a service level agreement to essentially make sure that the standards of service that are provided by the supplier to the customer meet expectations. And one of the reasonings for an IT outsourcing agreement in this example is that it's going to be cheaper for the customer if it outsources the IT compared to if it kept the IT in-house and had all the staff and the equipment on premises. So one of the drivers might be cost savings. The problem with this, though, is that the customer might think by giving all of the IT to an IT supplier, that the customer is going to get a much better service than what it had previously when it was doing its own IT. So often the customer might have very high expectations of what this new outsourced IT is going to provide. And maybe that has been, that kind of feeling has been encouraged by the supplier sales staff. So the customer walks into this with very high expectations. The supplier may go on to actually promise quite a lot about the IT because it might be in some kind of procurement process or bidding against competitors. So the supplier might be encouraged to actually put its IT in the very best light. So therefore the customer's expectations might be quite high and the supplier might actually be trying to sell its IT compared to other competitors that it might be competing against. And SLA, so do you need an SLA? Well, it's long-term services often because with a service level agreement, if it's just going to be a very quick job, a quick fix, it's only going to take a week or something like that, then typically you might not see a service level agreement. It's typically when you have a longer term agreement where service standards have to be monitored over maybe many months or many years.